Hey everybody, this is GGB co-host Poppers, and I'm hyped. Got 1 point after Monday, but I'll get more into that when we go over the Marquette at Creighton game. So, coming into this game, Rutgers was 4-0, and Maryland was 4-1, and Maryland was actually favored by 3.5 in this game. I found that just disrespectful to Rutgers last year. Rutgers this year. This Rutgers team, it's possible of doing something special. They look good. Number 21 in this week. They beat a pretty good Maryland team. It was close at halftime, but Rutgers ran away with it in the second half. You know why? It's because this isn't the same Rutgers team last year, although it was a very good team. Rutgers last year couldn't buy a win away from the rack. That's the only thing that kept them in it, was they won literally everything at home. But this team is special. This Rutgers team is really good. And this Maryland team's not the same as it was last year. Jalen Smith is gone. People need to learn to accept that and move on, because Maryland's not as good as a basketball team this year as you would expect, because it's normally Maryland, but there's a reason why they're not top 25 this year. Rutgers is really good. And to be honest, I was questioning my decision when I saw that halftime score, but Rutgers ran away with it. And I'm happy, because it proved out that using my brain instead of the lines worked out really well in my favor. And then the second game, Marquette at number 8, Creighton. Marquette also, a team that's possible they do something special. They look special this year. Marquette, or 5-2, by the way. Creighton's 4-2. Yet Marquette's not getting nearly as much love as Creighton. Marquette, the last 3 seasons, they were 1-8 versus top 10 opponents. This year, they're 2-0. Marquette is good this year. I thought there was a shot Marquette won. I didn't realize how much they would dominate Creighton. They put on a clinic out there. Marquette was amazing. Great basketball team. And a team that's probably, I think, tournament bound. They looked good. But let's go over the Tuesday games, since we went over that. I got 1 point. So, what that means is, for me not to have to do the dare, as I went over in the first Monday's video, I need to have 4 days without an upset, or 2 days where I pick the correct upset. That's it. That's all I need to get in. Starting 1-0 was huge. It was the first 1-0 start I've had all year long, so very nice to get it after this one. This week, today we have 5 top 25 games, so let's get into them. We have at 5:30, number 24, Clemson at Virginia Tech. I said this. I normally make my list on Sunday night, put up all the games, and this game was actually on there, but it was Clemson at number 15, Virginia Tech. Now it's number 24, Clemson at Virginia Tech. It's interesting how they flipped. Virginia Tech's actually not a bad basketball team. They lost badly to Penn State. Penn State's actually looking really good, despite their loss to Michigan a few weeks back. A few days ago. Sorry, not a few weeks. It's a few days. Virginia Tech's a very solid basketball team. Very, very good. It looks like it's a good tournament team too. But Clemson's really good. Clemson center Jennison, he leads the ACC in blocks with 22 and free throws with 23. He's a really good basketball player. Clemson looks really good this year. I think they might be a tournament down team, but so does Virginia Tech. So that one's going to be interesting. Numbers at 6. By the way, it's on the ACC network if you want to watch it. 6 o'clock, you have Minnesota at number 13, Illinois. This is Illinois' favored by 8 in this game. It's on ESPN too. Now, I'm not loving Illinois. I was loving Illinois until last week. Last week's really flipped. It was on Sunday. I thought Illinois was a good basketball team. They lost to Baylor, but that's to be expected. It's Baylor. Then they lost to Missouri. Now, Missouri is probably the second best SEC team. But still, Missouri. No, you can't lose to Missouri and make me still think you're a good basketball team. Illinois is on the decline. Now, Minnesota is on 6-0, so they're unbeaten this season. This one's going to be a really interesting game. Well, in my opinion, I think Minnesota has a serious shot at pulling off this upset here, even though they're favored by 8. At 6 o'clock, you have App State at number 10, Tennessee. Now, App State is 4-1 in the year. Very good team. Possibly a front runner to win the Sun Belt, by the way they're playing. Now, Tennessee, top 10 team. Very, very good. So you have the SEC heavyweight Tennessee playing the underdog App State of the Sun Belt. Now, Tennessee's favored by 18.5, but App State has played close games all year long. Only has one loss in the season, I'd like to point out. Has played extremely well throughout the year. I don't think that line should be that well, and I do think App State has a serious shot at pulling off this upset because the Mountaineers have been playing really good basketball lately. Very good basketball team, and in my opinion, should be the favorite to win the Sun Belt, considering how well they've been playing. And I think that they should be a front runner. Now at 7 o'clock, you have Loyola, Illinois, also known as Loyola Chicago. To all you March Madness fans out there, you might have remembered them from a few years back when Loyola Chicago pulled off 2 miracles and then made it all the way to the Final Four before losing to Michigan. But it was a great Cinderella story up until then. It was fantastic. Good job by Loyola Chicago. I believe that was the same year, too, where UMBC pulled off the biggest upset ever in March Madness history when they beat Virginia. As a 16 seed, they beat the 1 seed. I think they were even the number one overall seed. Like Virginia was supposed to be the best basketball team heading into this year, and that year, and turns out, it's true. I mean, Virginia did it. I mean, UMBC beat Virginia, but Loyola, Illinois, Loyola Chicago is right now 3-0. Very good basketball team. As we all know, Loyola Chicago is normally a very good basketball team. And Wisconsin, on the other hand, is number 12th in the nation. And the only reason they're at that low is because of that loss to Marquette, which is looking better by the day. Lost in the buzzer beater, and that really sucked for Wisconsin. But, I mean, Marquette's a good loss to have on your resume. It would have been nicer to have the win, obviously, over a good Marquette team. But Marquette's really good this year, and I don't think Wisconsin should hang their heads too low for losing that game, especially a close game. Wisconsin's favored by 8.5 in this game, but again, Loyola Chicago or Loyola Illinois, always a good basketball team, always in the hunt for a playoffs, March Madness spot, and always possible pulling off a top 25 upset. And at 7:30, you have Georgia Tech at number 15, Florida State. Now, this one is probably the one I think is least likely, even though the line is smaller than that of Loyola Chicago at number 12, Wisconsin, and App State at number 10, Tennessee, and there's a reason why. Georgia Tech is 2-2 on the year, and I understand they have a win over Kentucky on their belt, but Kentucky does not look strong at this point. And while I do think they're probably going to get it together later on in the year, like, I mean, come on, Kentucky always gets it together, and if you watch that Kansas game, they seriously did have talent. You could see the guys were making tough shots after tough shot. Just young, undisciplined, so obviously. But it's interesting. Georgia Tech crushed Kentucky. That was a good win by Georgia Tech. But it's 2-2, and the fact is, Florida State has looked so impressive. They beat Indiana in a very close game. The guy had ice in his veins for making that shot. Also had hope for the rest, I'd like to point out. But Indiana's a very good basketball team, so they should be proud of that win. They beat Florida, although Florida lost their best player. I don't know how good Florida's going to be this year, considering that guy just went into a medically induced coma. Prayers out to his family. Florida State has beaten Georgia Tech the last 4 times they've met in ACC play, and there's a reason why. Florida State's really good, and Georgia Tech's mediocre. I think they're better this year. They looked good last year. They just missed out on the tournament because of some violations. They missed out on the ACC tournament, that is. I don't think they were probably going to make the March Madness unless they made a run in the ACC tournament, which was possible. They were looking really good at the end of the year. Georgia Tech's pretty good. There's a possibility to pull off the upset, but I'm not loving it. So, of the 5 games, drumroll please. I'm picking the first game, Clemson at Virginia Tech, number 24 Clemson, to be upset. It's the smallest spread. Clemson's favored by 1 point, and there's a reason why. I love Virginia Tech here. Virginia Tech's going to get a huge bounce-back win. The Hokies are a very good basketball team this year. I'm riding on them. If they get the win, I'll start out 2-0, already have 2 points, and I just need either 2 days with no upsets or another day where I pick the correct upset. Anyways, I'd like to thank you guys for watching. Personally, I'd like you to hit the like and subscribe button. Watch out for the future content that is coming out. I will soon have a playoff prediction video for all of you college football fans. I'll do all the championship videos soon. And obviously all my NFL videos will be coming out. And all my bowl game videos will start rolling out. So, You better keep watch because not only this is going to be busy for me, but this week I'm doing college basketball, college football, NFL, bowl games on. I'll do that again. That list: college basketball, bowl games, conference championships, regular college football games. You have NFL games. You have my playoff prediction video. So I have a lot of work to do this week, and I hope you guys are excited moving forward. We're coming to the end of the college football season, so college basketball is what I'm going to dive into mainly from February. That I'll do some draft analysis. But I'd like you guys to subscribe. Anyways, this is GGB Coles Pepper saying